Being a rookie in iRacing and racing on the Nurburgring is probably not the smartest combination. But without risk there will be no reward. Although the driver in that crash might argue otherwise. We bought ourselves a nice BMW M4 Evo GT4 car to start our adventure on the Nordschleife. We did a couple of practice laps, but haven't set a quali lap yet. That means we are probably starting in the mid-pack, which is certainly not the place you want to start on the Nürburgring. But my plan stays the same. I want to start off easy, try to get in a rhythm and stay out of trouble. Or at least hope trouble doesn't find me. But I would also be lying if I said I'm not hoping for a nice result. So let's jump in the car and see what happens. I will come back to you at the end of the race to take a look at the Carnage.
P11. Okay, Ken. We'll be in the mid-pack here. We're expecting you to finish in position 10. Okay, Ken. Nice and neat. Stay out of trouble. Green, let's go, let's go. Front is sketchy. Daniel, car number 9, B license. Nice start. There's an incident in Hudson back. Looks like it's Thatcher. Sure, car number 3 is now in the lead. Still there. Right side's clear. Alright Ken, the next car is Riviero, car number 7, C license. There's an incident in Metzgersfeld. It looks like Jay. Left side. Clear left. Incident in Bergwerk. We think it might be Ringas. it is. Zitterbart, car number 25, C license. David is closing in. The gap is now 0.5. Riviero, car number 7, C license. David, car number 19. David, ahead is now 0.45. Seventh position, 2 laps left. 1-5. There's an incident in Ardeno Forst. It looks like Treq. Incident in Metzgersfeld. Looks like it's Zitterbad. Okay, Ken. The next car is Zitterbad. Car number 25. C license. Is Riviero, car number 7, C license. Behind is now 1.5. Okay, Ken, we've gone out of track limits. Keep it between the lines. Car left. Left side. Clear left. On your right. Clear right. Right, the guy ahead of us is car number 16, C license. The gap to 6th place in front is now 1.1 seconds. 11, 12. Okay on fuel, one more to go. The gap in front is now 0.7. Car number 11 has just been disqualified. There's an incident in Arenberg. We think it might be Elliot. P7. Riviera, car number 7, C license. On your right side's clear. Good pass, now keep pushing. The car in front of us is now car number 16, C license. 4 seconds. The gap to Riviero behind is now 1.2. Push if we're going to hold this position. There's an incident in Eschbach. We think it might be Riviero. Okay, Ken, you've used half your fuel. Incident in Klein's carousel. Looks like it's Elliott. Now 0.46. P5. Okay, it's over. Good drive.
So after surviving my first race on the ring and actually getting a very nice P5, let's take a look at the Carnage and finish with the results. As you could see in the race, the first sector of the opening lap was full of carnage. But if you take a look at the perspective of this Porsche, we can see he really had a massive crash. Looking at it now, I'm still surprised he kept his foot on the throttle, especially with all that smoke and people braking in front of him. This McLaren lost his car mid-corner on cold tires and came to a complete stop in the middle of the track, eventually getting crashed into by the Porsche. At the end of the opening lap, this Mustang just took a little bit too much speed and curb into the final 3 corners and lost the car, crashing into the barrier. We also had a very narrow escape in the second lap, barely avoiding the Mustang, who lost the car after understeering out of the corner. Looking at the results, we went double green on both safety rating and iRating, gaining 0.21 in our safety rating and 66 iRating, bringing us up to a total of 1661 iRating, which I guess is not bad after a first week. With Corbin taking the win, David finishing second, and Ferdinand completing the podium on P3. At the bottom of the results, we see people taking big losses in both iRating and safety rating, especially after those crashes in the first lap.